Hello. Today I am going to talk about my simulation that I have made. I made my decision, my model off of a sort of risk assessment decision making simulation. What is the model? This is a model that I cobbled together myself, designed to more or less simulate sort of risk assessment and decision making in a sort of random form. It could be, if you wanted to actually use it, it could be customized to fit the parameters. You could change the weights, averages, and cutoffs. You could make it to you could make more than one option. You could expand it if you wanted to. But it's just sort of a thing to represent sort of decision making based on certain thresholds. This is the entire code itself. And here is it broken down piece by piece. So first, we can load the necessary library. This is just everything at the top is for setting up the basic functions of RStudio. And then we have here I've made 4 different variables that I've set to be randomly generated based on following a normal curve, a normal distribution. We have consequence, benefit, likelihood, and then weighted benefit. And consequence and benefit were both generated the same, being that they have an average, a standard deviation, a minimum of 1, maximum of 100, and so you could change the numbers for the standard deviation or for even the minimum and maximum if you wanted to, and also for the average in order to make it more likely to generate numbers within a certain range. Likelihood is I'm using it as a weight, so it will be between 0 and 1. And weighted benefit is benefit times likelihood, which is used to calculate the final variable weighted benefit. And then in the third section here, we have the primary sort of if statement code, where you can set the parameters however you would like. In this case, we have if the consequence is greater than or equal to 85 and likelihood is less than 100%, then it is too risky. If the benefit is less than 25 and likelihood is greater than 90%, it's not worth bothering. Otherwise, if the weighted benefit is greater than the consequence, in this case I did consequence minus 15, so if it's 15 units greater than the consequence, the weighted benefit, then you will do it. And if it's anything that's outside of the parameters listed, it will be maybe, maybe not. So you could, if you wanted to, this is sort of to represent that some things are too risky to attempt unless it's a sure thing. Maybe the benefit is very high, but if the risk is you lose everything, you lose your house, you lose your car, you lose your job, then you are probably not likely to attempt something unless it's really, really a sure thing. Likewise, even if something is really easy to do and is like a sure thing, if it doesn't really give you that much benefit, even if there's no consequence, you're not super likely to want to do it. Otherwise, if you perceive the potential benefit and the likelihood of reaping that benefit to be significantly greater than the consequences and the risk of failure, then you might be willing to commit this hypothetical action, which is what the model essentially is trying to represent. The last stage here is just combining the data into a data frame, plotting it, and assigning color values of red is too risky, do it is green, not worth it is yellow, and maybe is orange. And then it saves it. And this is what it comes out as. So you can see it generates all of these potential simulations of like what the potential likelihood, risk, and benefit are. And so you have anything below 25, for example, is going to be, regardless of anything else, considered not worth it. And then anything where the benefit is high and the consequence is low, you see more of the do-its here. And you see, obviously, up here, this is too risky regardless of how high the benefit is. And then orange is, it's risky, but maybe you do it, maybe you don't. It's sort of to represent a gray area. So that is my simulation. Quiz time. Which one of these was not one of the colors used to represent the choices? Green, red, orange, or blue? And that is my simulation in my video. Thank you very, very much.